Giants fans, can you feel the pulse of New York City pounding through the Meadowlands? It's Thursday night, and the stage is set for an electrifying NFC East showdown at MetLife Stadium, where your New York Giants, desperate to snap a brutal 0-5 start, are squaring off against the hated Philadelphia Eagles. But here's the bombshell that's got everyone buzzing. With star receiver Malik Neighbors on injured reserve and veteran Darius Slayton sidelined, the Giants are digging deep into their roster, pulling up veteran Lil Jordan Humphrey and linebacker Zaire Barnes from the practice squad, while signing special teams ace Neville Hewitt and kicker Drew McCatamney to the active roster. It's a classic underdog story, folks, and with rookie quarterback Jackson Dart leading the charge, this game is about more than just a win. It's about proving Giants Nation still has fight left. Will these roster moves spark a turnaround, or will Philly's Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley run wild? Let's dive into this big blue battle with all the passion and grit this rivalry demands. Let's start with the big news shaking up East Rutherford. The Giants, reeling from a 0-5 start and a slew of injuries, made some critical roster moves ahead of their Week 6 primetime clash against the Eagles. Set for 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time on Prime Video, with wide receiver Darius Slayton out, nursing a calf injury that's kept him limited all week, and star rookie Malik Neighbors officially placed on injured reserve with shoulder issue, the Giants turned to the practice squad for reinforcements. Enter Lil Jordan Humphrey, a 6'4", 225-pound veteran receiver who's been elevated to the active roster. Humphrey, who caught 62 passes in his career, including 31 last season with Denver, showed promise in the Giants preseason, hauling in 6 of 8 targets for 94 yards and a touchdown. He's a big-bodied target for rookie QB Jackson Dart, who's coming off a gritty debut against the Chargers. 220 yards, 1 TD, 1 INT, per my last prediction. But that's not all. The Giants also elevated linebacker Zaire Barnes, a former Jet making his first of 3 allotted call-ups this season. Barnes, a special teams contributor with speed to burn, adds depth behind starters like Bobby Okereke. Meanwhile, linebacker and special teams standout Neville Hewitt, who's been a tackling machine with 4 special team stops in 3 games, was signed to the 53-man roster after maxing out his practice squad elevations. And in a kicker shakeup, Drew McCatamney, the undrafted rookie who's a perfect 2-for, 2 on field goals and 3-for, 3 on extra points, was also signed to the active roster, replacing the injured Graham Gano. These moves fill gaps left by Neighbors' IR stint and the waiving of outside linebacker Tommen Fox, showing GM Joe Schoen's willingness to shuffle the deck for a must-win game. Now, let's dig into what these moves mean for the Giants, because this isn't just about plugging holes. It's about survival in a season that's slipping away. Without Neighbors, who led the team with 28 catches for 312 yards and a touchdown, and Slayton, a reliable deep threat with 12 receptions for 180 yards, the passing game is in a bind. Humphrey, at 27, brings size and experience, having played for the Saints, Patriots, and Broncos since 2019. His 94 preseason yards showed he can stretch the field, and his 15.7 yards per catch in Denver last year screams big play potential. For Dart, who's still finding his footing after replacing Russell Wilson, Humphrey's a lifeline. Expect quick slants and red zone fades to leverage his 6'4" frame. Offensive coordinator Mike Kafka, who compared Dart's communication to Patrick Mahomes, will likely simplify the playbook. Think short passes to Wan'Dale Robinson, 15 catches, 150 yards, and play action to rookie running back Cam Skattebo, who stepped up with 215 scrimmage yards since Tyrone Tracy Jr.'s injury out on defense. Hewitt's signing is a nod to special teams, where the Giants ranked 20th in coverage, allowing 10.2 yards per punt return. His 4 tackles, 2 solo, show he's a sure tackler, and with Barnes' elevation, the Giants gained speed to counter Philly's dynamic return game. McCatamney's addition is huge. With Gano out, his perfect kicking record, 2-2 FGs, 3-3 PATs, could be the difference in a tight NFC East battle. But the real challenge is the Eagles' offense, led by Jalen Hurts, 889 passing yards, 7 TDs, 0 INTs, 182 rushing yards for TDs, and ex-Giant Saquon Barkley, who struggled at 4.0 yards per touch. Philly's predictable tendencies: 80% pass in shotgun, 85% run under center, give the Giants defense, led by All-Pro Dexter Lawrence, 3 sacks, 10 pressures, a chance to shine. Rookie Abdul Carter could spy Hurts, while corner Paulson Adebo shadows A.J. Brown, 44 catches combined with Devonta Smith. Let's get tactical. The Giants' defense, ranked 12th in yards allowed, 312.7 per game, and tied for 7th in sacks, 10, must exploit Philly's vanilla scheme. Low motion, 25%. Minimal play action, 20.8%. And a pass game that's 67.7% short throws. Stack the box against Barkley, blitz Hurts early, and use Carter to contain his 21st down runs. Offensively, Kafka's game plan hinges on protecting Dart. The O-line's 12 sacks allowed are a red flag, with James Hudson and John Michael Schmitz Jr. struggling. Quick passes to Robinson and Skatebo's runs for 0.5 yard per carry can keep drives alive. For the uninitiated, a touchdown is 6 points scored by crossing the goal line, and the defensive line, like Lawrence, pressures the QB. The Giants' 32% third down conversion rate must improve against Philly's 45% defense, and stopping the tush-push, Philly's short yardage QB sneak. Falls to Lawrence's 340-pound frame. Let's zoom out for some history, because Giants-Eagles is a blood feud that's been raging since 1933. The Giants lead the all-time series 90-88-2, but Philly's won 7 straight, including a 38-7 playoff thrashing in 2022. That burns, especially for fans who lived through Eli Manning's glory days. Super Bowl XLI's helmet catch by David Tyree and XLVI's sideline snag by Mario Manningham. The Giants' last Philly win was 2020, 27-17, and with a 15-35-1 record since 2022's 9-7-1 playoff run, this is a chance to reclaim pride. Statistically, the Giants' 12.3 points per game, 31st, lagged behind Philly's 25-10, but a defensive 7 interceptions tied for 3rd, and 10 sacks match up well against Hurts' risk-averse style 0 INTs. The Eagles' 6.4 yard per pass attempt, 20th, is exploitable, especially with their interior O-line weakened by Landon Dickerson's absence. Let's hear from the voices that matter. Imagine Giants icon Lawrence Taylor, the game's greatest offender. Dexter's got to eat that O-line alive, and Carter's speed can shut Hurts down. This is Giants football. Hit hard, love soft. Picture a fan in the MetLife parking lot, pizza slice in hand. Saquon in green? Heartbreak. But if we stuff him in brown, we're winning this. Let's go, Dart. And from Shane Bowen, post-practice. Philly's predictable, shotgun pass. Under center run, we're ready to pounce. On X, it's chaos. Dex is going to crush the tush-push. Versus Barkley's going to torch us. That's the heartbeat of Giants Nation. Raw, unfiltered passion to what's at stake? A win snaps the Philly streak, boosts the Giants to 1-5, and sets up a winnable Week 7 against the Commanders. A loss buries them at 0-6, with playoff odds under 5%. Long-term, Humphrey's emergence could stabilize the WR room post-Neighbors, and Dart's growth is critical. Another 200-yard game makes him the future. A bad loss pushes GM Joe Schoen toward a 2026 draft overall, OT or edge rusher. Dable's 15-18-1 record needs a spark, and beating Philly will buy him time.my call. Dart throws for 210 yards, 1 TD to Humphrey, and Skatebo runs for 75 yards. Lawrence gets 2 sacks. Carter forces a fumble, and McAtamney nails a 46-yarder for a 23-20 upset. The under hits at 43.5 points, NFC East Classic. If Barkley breaks out, though, it's 27-14 Eagles. Fun fact, the Giants' 1986 Super Bowl run survived LT's ankle sprain and a flu outbreak. MetLife's Sweet Caroline tradition, born in 2010, still rocks the stands. This game's Rocky versus Apollo. Dart's the underdog, Hurts the champ. On X, fans roar, Humphrey's our secret weapon versus no neighbors, no hope. Pure New York fire. Giants Nation, don't miss this Thursday night war at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time on Prime Video. Will Dart and Humphrey shock Philly? Hit X, share your takes. Can Big Blue finally beat the Eagles? Keep the blue flags flying. Giants never quit. Let's go Giants.